Louis 991. Man, a lot of things had happened. One of those things that happened, it was that YouTube took down one of my videos, Egyptian Origin 2, and I wasn't notified about it. It was just taken down and without me knowing it. And so I apologize to all my friends and subscribers for this. But I re-upload it, so it's free for you guys to see and share with other people. And I appreciate it if you do that. And it's all about the truth, right? That's the way it is. It's all about the truth. Another experience that I experienced not too long ago is that I came late night from work, and all of a sudden there was this guy standing on my neighbor's porch. My neighbor didn't know him. I didn't know him. And when I was locking my car, he says, "Lock that car good. There's a lot of serpents out there." And I said, "Excuse me?" And he says, "You heard me. There's a lot of snakes. They're dangerous too. This is a snake pit." And I said, well, one day that snake pit is going to be empty. And there's only one person who can do that, and he's going to come soon. And then he started laughing, and he went away. And so that kind of like took me out of place, because at the moment I didn't expect that. And then a few months later, this guy appears in my door, full of tattoos. He had cross all over his forearm and everything, says tattoos that says "I love Jesus," and crosses all over his arms, and he had a cross in his face. He looked very awkward. I never seen a person like that, especially with crosses all over him. And when I looked to his eyes, he had a slit in his eye. He had blue eyes. And he said he was from, I don't remember for what kind of religion or church, I don't know. He mentioned it so fast. And I was paying attention to his eyes and all his tattoos, just to scan them as much as I could. And and he said if that he was visiting door to door, and the only door he visited, it was my door. He didn't went to the other neighbors or anything like that. So he went away and disappeared, never saw him again. And those are little experiences that I get during the week, sometimes in a day, just to let you know that when these things happen to you like this, is because you're on the truth. They just want to shut you down. They want to shut you up. They don't want you to be talking about God and about aliens and all these other things. They hate it. You know why they hate it? Because that's what they are. All these elites and all these powers that are managing our planet, that's what they are. This is not a takeover for country, or because you're black or you're white or you're Hispanic or you're Asian. No, it's not about that anymore. These takeovers about species. It's all about the species. And it's a secret invasion. That's what it is. We have been invaded. It sounds funny. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds movie-like, but it's true. It's an alien invasion. And that's what it is. And the reason is that it looks normal out there is because there's so many hybrids out there that they know the truth, but they just have an agenda, and they keep it quiet, so they counterbalance whatever humanity wants to protest about. Like Jesse Ventura says in his TV show, he says that we've been taken over not by aliens but by humans, but we have proof that these people are not human, and we've been showing the proof to humanity that we've been taken over by aliens. And when he said that, I really got angry, because he's really a hypocrite. He's not about the truth. He's not about the people. He calls us the little people. Who do you think he is? I mean, I got someone send me a video about Jesse Ventura was slit in the eyes too. And even though his own son said that he saw that woman with slit in the eyes, Jesse Ventura still don't believe in it, because he's part of it. Now let me tell you something. There's families with hybrids in them, and those families don't even know that there's a hybrid among their own family. Why? The reason why is because when there's an abduction, in some cases, they will take a member of the family and they replace it with a clone. Believe it or not, that's true. They replace that person with a clone. What is the reason of that? I don't know. I don't know. And probably why I'm saying this, because probably Jesse Ventura's son doesn't know that his own father is a hybrid or a clone. But there's proof that he is one. He was kind of surprised when he saw that woman shape-shifting right in front of cameras. You know, and believe it or not, that those things happen. I mean, Satan is here not to play patty pat with you. He's not here to say well done. Nothing. You know, he's here to destroy humanity. He hates you just because of the fact you're a human. You think he won't play with your feelings? With your emotions? With your beliefs? With the political system? Yeah. He's going to hurt you where most hurt. This is why it's important for you to know the truth and forget about those stupid beliefs from this world order. Forget about it. Search for the truth. Okay. One of those things that I want to touch is this. I've shown you in some of my videos that the letter J is a symbol from ancient Egyptian symbol, right? It comes from the Eye of Horus. Okay, this symbol represents a serpent, but there's other symbols like this one that represents the serpents as well, right? This one represents Horus, and this one represents Ra. And the W, or the double B, as above, so below, the 666, another Egyptian symbol. But then, if you start looking at these letters or symbols, we call it letters today, but it's not. But I'm going to call it letter now so you can understand what I'm talking about. When you see these letters on a person's name, like he's got that symbol on his name, it means that he's one of them. Okay? And so is Jesse Ventura. Okay? And if you, this is the other way religion plays with these letters or symbols on their agenda. It represents the serpents. That's why they carry these symbols on their names, and especially this religion or a cult. Hold on. Here, subject letters. Okay? That's the other letters. Jehovah's Witnesses. Here's one letter. The other one is here. And the other one is here. JVW. Okay? They carry the symbols with them. And there are so much innocent people believing in that occult. And even though they know that that Russell was buried under a pyramid, they still ignore it. They know it, but they don't want to. They just ignore it. They just want to. They don't want to hear about it because it defies everything they believe in, everything that these people have taught them. Okay. I showed to a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses that this letter represents a serpent, the symbol. And I proved to them with facts, that is true what I said. And once they didn't have anything to argue about, they just turned away. And I told them, and I even showed them when was the Jehovah name was invented. I showed them date and who invented that name and everything. What they did is they used a symbol to represent a god. There's 3 gods in one. There's 3 serpents. 3 serpents in one. And that's the Trinity. Jehovah, Jesus, and Naaman. And that's the symbols that the Vikings used to believe in. The 3-headed serpent. Like I said in my other videos, the Vikings weren't human. And if you take a look at the name of Vikings, it starts with a V and the word kings. Right? Because they are the kings of the serpents. They came from another planet representing the serpents. It's a V. This is the V that Alex Jones was promoting all this time. He knew what he was promoting. He knows what that V means because Alex Jones knows very good history. He knows it very well. But he knows that you guys don't. So he started playing with your heads. There's a war going on for your mind. Have you ever heard about that? That's its own slogan. Prison Planet is another slogan, even though he used that for a website. Vikings are not humans. Vikings are not white human people. Let me explain to you something else. White humans are that, humans. Humans that came from another planet, because they were created from they are created by God Yahah, because God Yahah created them in another planet. God created black people in this planet, planet Earth, and God created the Asian in another planet, and different planets, because Chinese and Japanese are not the same, like I said before. But he created them still. But he did not create the Vikings. The Vikings came from the Anunnaki. A lot of humans followed these Vikings because they thought they were gods. And this is why history is not history, archaeologists are saying that Vikings were just regular humans. No, it was humans that were following these supposedly kings of the gods. Vikings, there were not many of them, but whichever Vikings there were huge. They were about 7 to 8 feet tall. Like I said before, they had 6 toes, 6 fingers, slit eyes, sharp teeth, and the ears almost reaching to their neck. Those are the real Vikings. They show you swords of humans that follow the Vikings, but they're never going to show you a sword from an actual Vikings. They have them. but they're not going to show it to you. And if they do, what they're going to do is they're going to show it to you on a screen, but they're not going to put a human being next to that sword, because they're going to know that it's an oversized sword, because it came from a bigger person. Vikings are not humans. They're not from white people. Didn't originate from Vikings. White humans are always going to look the same they're going to look today. They've always been looking like that, and they're always going to be like that. So it's all humans from different planets, you see, that visited this planet, Earth. And they are here. And another thing is that the moon, it's going to sound crazy. Well, what the heck, I'm all about the truth. The moon is a ship, is a spaceship. Okay? That's what it is. And there's a lot of people that lived in the moon and came to planet Earth. With that Stargate that I showed you, they have it on the moon. What I'm not sure about the moon is that I'm not sure what race came from that place. Was it Asian? Was it white? I don't know. Was it Hindu? I don't know, but sooner or later my father would tell me, because I've been asking him, what race came from the moon? Or was it another species that doesn't look like human? You got to remember that other planets, when scientists says, well, you can't live in these planets because these planets they got poisonous gas and it's too cold or it's too hot. You know, every person that lives in these planets, they are meant to live in those planets and the environment and that condition of that planet. So this is why it's scary to see these people that they look like monsters to us. Is that they don't look like, they're not monsters. That's the way they're created, because for the environment of that planet, they have a life too. They're intelligent beings, just like we are. That's why the Anunnaki had to part from the planet Earth, because they can sustain life here. They needed suits. Some of them, they're still here, but they live underground. Some of them. But the majority of them are living in Nibiru. And Nibiru is very close to planet Earth, and that's what the Pentagon is waiting for the visitation of the Anunnaki, the gods. You know, that's God's honest truth. Well, I'm going to leave it at this. God bless all those seeking the true name of Yahweh through His Son, Yeshua. Bye.